Hey everybody and welcome back. So I made a video in the end of 2025 about how I was seeing Griffey card prices starting to take off. And in the first half of this year, that's what these cards have done. So today I want to look back over the last 6 months, 6 to 8 months, and check out what's been going on with Griffey card prices because it's getting crazy. So you have these base rookie cards, which are fantastic cards. Now, this 1989 tops traded at a PSA 10. So this one, I'm going to say is only up 68%. Because that's not what's moving in this crazy market, and only up 68% is kind of funny. So about a year ago now, it was trading at $162 in a PSA 10, and now it's up to $272. So this is the Griffey base, it's his tops rookie. But let's start looking at some of the inserts or some of the, I would call them more rare base cards. So here's the Metal Universe Ken Griffey Jr. This card's, and this is just this is the platinum edition. So you get one platinum edition card in every 1996 Metal Universe pack. This card in a raw graded condition is up 2,533% in the last year. So back in August and September of 2025, these cards were selling about $18 to $25 raw. So the only difference with these is that it's kind of a silver background as opposed to the really colorful is kind of like a purple hue on the base card. This platinum edition is just kind of all silver. And so back all the way up until even February of this year, this card was moving up slightly. So it went from about $18 and it started raising to $70 and then 65 in May of 2026. So just over the last 3 months, it's gone from a $49 card up to a $434 card in raw condition. So let's just look over the last 3 months here. And there was a sale in July of $187. There's a sale in July of $299. Looks like at the end of July was the peak, $434 for a raw card. And then there were a few in August here, 300, 385. So this card is moving up really, really quickly. I just had a peek at the cards that were all listed on eBay in raw condition, and everything's over $400. So this card is just exploding higher. 600% in the last 3 months. Um, in the last 1 month, it's up 125%. So this is kind of unheard of. Let's keep moving on. Um, Still here in Card Ladder. Here's the 1999 Metal Universe Linchpins. Just an iconic insert. I think these are relatively difficult to pull from 1999 Metal Universe 1 and 72 or 172 packs. And then here's the trend line. So all the way up until about June of this year, it was moving up slowly. And then bam, in June, it just exploded to the upside. So it was doing about $765 in raw condition in March. And then in July, it's doing $2,750 in raw condition. So over the course of 1 year, this card is up 465%. So just crazy. And then here's this is a base card, but these are just like super cool looking. They almost look like inserts, and they're really tough from a condition perspective. This is the 1997 EX2000 Ken Griffey Jr. So the last sold of this card in a PSA 9, it's still going straight up, by the way, is $439. Back when I made my video, this card was selling, I think I quoted it at like $61 or $50 even. And since there, it's been steadily increasing until about June again. It was up to $184 and it exploded to the upside. So again, over the last year, this card is up almost 500%, which is crazy. Just in 3 months, you're looking at 138% growth in just 3 months. So these are kind of the card ladder type cards where we can look at the sales history. Here's some of, I just want to call out some of the, more interesting subsets or insert sets that, I kind of like looking at for Griffey. Here's an interesting one. This is Swing King. So if I think I can click on this. This Swing King sold on June 24th for $310. It's an acetate clear see-through. It's in a PSA 9. Um, so this isn't in card ladder, so I can't see um, the graph, but I can scroll down. So we had the $310 sale on June 24th. There's a $320 sale August 8th, so that's just a few days ago. But if I scroll down and I look at just 1 year ago, here's a March 3rd, 2025, June 26th, 2025, in a PSA 9. So this is not like pre-peak or anything. This is just last year. This card was selling all day for $30. So it's gone up 10x in 1 year. It's a super cool card. Whether or not it's, here it's sold. Great picture on eBay. It's sold from PSA for $26. PSA was the seller. So that card's up 10x in 1 year. Let's look at another cool insert that I like. This is the 1997 Ultra Fame game. Great picture of Griffey. It's got like this little Fame game and reflective uh, text with an autograph on the side, the facsimile autograph. So it's now selling. So if I scroll back up here, it's now selling for $300. This was a fixed price sale just a few days ago on eBay. Great looking copy of that card in a PSA 9. And if I scroll down and check out some older sales back in December of 2024, this sold for $40. Let's get something even closer. Here's an auction December 2025. So this was about 8 months ago, $39. So again, another card that has gone 10x in about 8 months. So just really like these cards. They're super cool. And then finally, this is kind of my favorite insert right now. I actually picked one up here recently at a high price, but it's because I kind of didn't want to miss out. This is the 1997 Topps Sweet Strokes Ken Griffey Jr. I looked, I think these are 1 in every 12 packs. It's a 15 card insert set. Really cool shine to these cards. So in a PSA 9, it looks like there's one that sold on June 10th for $349, June 7th for $382. Keep in mind that, this hasn't gone up yet, meaning there's probably still more room to climb if there was a July or August sale of a PSA 9. There's a May sale for $382. This looks super nice. So $382, $350 to $382 in the last 2 months. If I go back to just January 2025, so a little over a year ago, it looks like Chasing Cardboard sold this card for $29 in a PSA 9. Beautiful copy. There's about a 10x growth to this card as well. Here's a copy that sold for $51. Great shine on this PSA 9. Yeah, so pretty consistently, these insert cards from the 90s, the base is up 2x, but these inserts are up 10x just over the last, I would say, 6 to 8 months. So what do you think? Do you think this climb will continue or it's going to start slowing down? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.